there, thanks for joining me today. My name is Brittlin and I'm excited to have you with me for today's practice. We're going to get started in a seat, so simple cross-legged or something else that feels good in your body today. Bring your hands to your knees. Let's just take a deep breath. So begin to exhale, empty out. Inhale deeply through your nose. And open mouth, exhale. Just starting to recognize how you feel in this moment. What emotions are you bringing with you on your mat? What's present in this moment? Even distractions, taking some time to just gather yourself here. There's construction happening outside of my space today, so you may hear some of that noise, but it's not going to stop me from practicing or sharing a practice with you all today. So if you've got something that is distracting and will nag at you the whole time, don't let that discourage you or deter you from staying right here where you are. If you haven't yet, let your eyes close. We're just taking about a minute or so to connect with the breath. Start to notice how it feels to fill up. Inhaling, see if you can let your belly expand. And exhaling nice and slow. Finding a fluid rhythm with your breath today. This rhythm is what you'll try and bring with you throughout the whole practice. If at any point you're being challenged to an extent that makes you lose this breath, be sure to take a resting pose and give yourself a little time to regroup. There's no problem in doing so. As you sit here with your breath and with your feelings that are with you today, remember that all is welcome on your mat. You can feel uncomfortable or sad or worried or anything of the sort, and it is okay. Take 3 more breaths. From here, flutter your eyes open. All right, so sitting, if you're in a cross-legged seat, or in anything else, if it's starting to get uncomfortable, of course, change that. But in a cross-legged seat, we always have habits in our body where we always sit a certain way. So I would ask you, as we stay a little bit longer, switch the crossing of your legs. Balance in the body, or trying to find some of that. And then sit up nice and tall. Now from here, we're going to go into a twist. So move slowly, be gentle. We're not super warmed up in the body unless maybe you worked out before. So listen in. From here, your left hand is going to just tent out in front of you, and your right hand is just going to go by your side here. Now start to open up your chest towards the right, moving really slowly. Now check on your breath. You want to be able to breathe just as deeply as you could when you are facing forward. And And with a few breaths, you might notice you can walk your right hand a little bit further behind you. Gently engage your core and try to stay upright. One more deep breath. Now as you exhale, really gently, slow motion, come back to the front. Nice. From here, right hand comes out in front, left hand starts to move to the left side of you. Let your spine do the talking here. So only walking your fingertips further as your spine feels comfortable in moving. So chest is doing its best to get open towards the left, engaging through the low belly. And notice the sensations in your spine. Where do you feel this the most? Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, gently come back through center. Nice work. All right, from here, we'll move into a tabletop position. I love to warm up the spine with cats and cows or variations of that. So we'll start with traditional cats and cows. So wrists are directly under your shoulders, spread your fingers wide, knees directly underneath your hips. Now gently pull your low belly up towards your spine, and on an inhale, drop your belly down, keeping the core engaged, shoulders roll down and back, chest presses forward. Exhale, spine up towards the sky, low belly pulls in even more. Inhale, belly drops down, tailbone lifts. Exhale, spine up, cat pose. One more time for each. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, press the mat away, super strong through the arms. And I'll come back to a neutral spine. From here, start to walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. They may even come off of your mat a little bit. Now lengthening through your arms, through your spine, press your right rib cage over towards the right. We're looking for a stretch through the side of the body. Deep breath in. And exhale gently back through center, then over to the other side. Tenting the fingertips if that helps you get more leverage or height and length. And then gently press your left rib cage out. Make sure everything that you do today feels okay in your body, meaning there's zero physical pain that happens. Discomfort or challenge, that's a good thing, but no pain. Take a deep breath in. And exhale gently back through center. Now from here, we'll start to kind of move in circles with the hips. So bringing your right rib cage out as you bring your hips back towards your heels, then all the way around, left rib cage comes out, and you're back at the front. Doing so again, follow your breath. There's really no wrong way to do this. The whole point is you're just moving, finding some fluidity in the body. Now as you finish up the third time, we'll move the other direction. Left rib cage goes out first. Draw a circle. You may feel a stretch in your low back. And back to the front. 2 more times. Last one. All right. From here, tuck your toes under. Have a seat back on your heels. Stretching through the feet. The more you do this, the more you get used to it. At the beginning, it may feel a little uncomfortable. Once again, if it's causing you pain, don't make yourself sit through that. But if it's a bearable discomfort, let's just stay for a couple more deep breaths. So deep inhale through your nose. Maybe exhaling out of the mouth. One more inhale. Exhale. Good, that's all from here. Come back to tabletop. If your feet are crampy, you can just lightly tap your feet on the top of the mat. Good. Now from here, low belly pulls up towards your spine. Start to reach your left leg back. Left leg back. Now you could stay right here if that feels best and you're working on balance, or possibly your right arm reaches forward. Just holding 3 deep breaths. Then we'll add on 2 more. 1 more deep breath. Good, now take a break if you need, otherwise bend your left knee, reach back with your right hand, see if you catch your foot. If you do, start to kick your foot up, press your chest forward, just do your best. Falling out is fine, let it be playful. Deep breath in, exhale, gently release out. Let's take a mini break. Have a seat back, or maybe you're taking a child's pose. Few deep breaths. Good. Back in tabletop, you've got this. This time, right leg reaches back. Trying to keep that straight. Low belly's pulling up to the spine the whole time, so it's definitely core work happening here. Now, do your best. Right hand is directly under your shoulder. Inhale, left arm reaches up. 3 deep breaths. Low belly to spine. 1 more. Then if able, bend your right knee, reach back with your left hand. See if you catch your foot. If it doesn't happen today, no biggie. Someday it will. Then start to kick your right leg up. Chest is opening. Still breathing. 1 more deep breath. And do your best to gently come out. All right, from here, bring your knees wide, big toes to touch, have a seat back on your heels. This time extending your spine forward, arms reach out. Bring your head down to rest. Child's pose. Now if your hips aren't sitting quite as low as mine, don't worry about that. There's no problem if there's space between you and your heels. Use this time to refocus on your breath. Take 1 more inhale. And exhale, slowly start to lift up. And come all the way down onto your belly. Hands are underneath your shoulders. Tops of your feet are down. Lift your knees up though. So you're pressing your feet down, knees are lifted, legs engaged. Next inhale, lift your chest, baby cobra. Exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale and lift. Exhale, release. 1 more. Elbows pull back, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, let it go. Tuck your toes under. Lift up to a plank and all the way back to a down dog. Now, first down dog of today, at least for me. So, you may find some movement. Gently bending one knee as you straighten the other leg. Moving slowly back and forth. This is a nice way to start to open up the hamstrings, get some movement there. And in your down dog, be sure to have your fingers spread wide, shoulder width distance. Knees may bend. Really actively lift your hips up high. Straighten out your spine. One more deep breath. And exhale. Start to tiptoe your way up to the front of your mat. Good. Once you arrive at the top, we're in forward fold. Now, just like down dog, it might feel good to move a little bit, bending one knee and then the other. It may be tempting, or possibly when you learned in gym class in middle school, that you keep your legs straight and you just reach towards your toes. But if your upper body is quite far away from your legs, you're not doing a whole lot for your hamstrings. So let your knees bend, let your upper body come closer to your thighs, belly even rests there, and then your head hangs heavy. Good. From here, your knees can stay bent. Inhale and halfway lift. Press your hands to your shins, extend through your spine. Hands could be on thighs if that works better. Exhale, release down. Now inhale, bend your knees even more and rise all the way up, standing tall. Reach your arms up. Exhale, hands down at heart center. Let your eyes close. Notice your feet pressing down into the mat. Can you make your weight distribution as even as physically possible between both feet? The heels carrying just as much weight as the front of the feet. And actively pull up on your kneecaps, thighs engage. Low belly pulls to the spine. You really can be doing core work through all of practice for the most part. Deep, fluid breaths. On your next inhale, if you've got the space, reach your arms out wide, all the way up, deep breath in. Exhale, nice and slow, move all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Remember, knees can bend, core engaged. Exhale, release. Now tent your fingertips and step your left foot back. This is called runner's lunge. Back heel is lifted. Fingers are tented so that you're not just resting your upper body on your front thigh, but you're keeping some lift and engagement. Now, do your best with this. We'll inhale in this lunge. Exhale, start to straighten out through your front leg. The bottom of my foot is lifting off of the mat. Inhale forward. Exhale gently back. Your legs do not have to be straight. Inhale forward. One more time, do your best. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Now drop your back knee down. Let yourself rest a little bit more. Your back toes can come untucked. Now your left hand is going to plant firmly on the mat and bring your right hand to your inner thigh, right thigh. Start to press your right knee out to the side, but just gently, not forcing. And the bottom of your right foot may lift up so you're kind of rolled onto the outer edge. Remember, only doing what feels okay in your body, no pain. Releasing tension in the hips. Take one more breath. And exhale, gently guide your knee back to center. And from here, your back knee lifts up. Take a step to the front of your mat. Try to land as quietly as possible. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise all the way up. Take up space as you lift. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This plant is really attacking me every time I do that. And exhale, release. Okay, left foot stays. Step your right foot back as far as you can, arriving in a lunge. So your right knee or left knee is stacked over your left ankle, engaging through your low belly. Maybe there's a little movement. Now let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, start to straighten out your left leg, doesn't have to fully go. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And that's it. Inhale forward. Gently drop your back knee down. Untuck your back toes. And start to plant your right hand on the mat. Mine's pretty far away from my left foot, and that's okay. Start to press your left hand into your left thigh. Just guiding your knee to open up a little bit, not forcing it to go anywhere past its natural stopping point. Relax what you can in the area of your hips. Notice what's holding on in ways that it doesn't need to. Long exhales out. This will help your body relax. Your nervous system will calm down. All right, gently guide your knee back to center. Tent your fingertips, lift your back knee, and do your best to step to the front of your mat softly. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, last time we'll rise all the way up, deep breath in. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a plank pose. So your knees could be lifted from the mat or they could be lowered down. Low belly's pulling towards your spine. Take a deep breath in. And do your best to lower slowly all the way down to your mat. Hands are under your shoulders, untuck your toes. Inhale, lift, cobra pose. Exhale, release. All right, bring your hands back by your hips, palms face down. Chin is forward. Take a couple deep breaths. One more. Then inhale, start to lift your limbs off of the mat. You're not worrying so much about height, but more so about length. So no bend in your knees, reach through your fingertips. And just look slightly out in front of you. No need to crank your head up, but keep length through your neck. Maybe you can get a little bit more of your thighs off of the mat or a little more of your rib cage. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release down. Now from here, just bring a cheek to your mat. Let your palms face up. Lift your feet towards the sky and just start to rock back and forth. Little windshield wiper of the legs. All right. Bring hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes under. Lift through a plank pose and all the way back to down dog. Just doing your best with every aspect of this. Doesn't mean that every single part of the practice has to feel perfect and amazing. It's just doing your best. Showing up. All right, from here, inhale, reach your right leg up. On an exhale, knee towards your nose. Step your foot between your hands, pull it forward if you need till it gets there. No problem in doing that. From here, back heel drops down. Inhale, lift your upper body. Now, I'm facing a little bit away from you, but you can see my legs. Front knee is bent, stacked over the ankle. Back leg is straight. Press down through the back edge of your foot. And reach your arms apart, warrior two. Engage your low belly. Flip your front palm, inhale, reach up. Reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Drop your back knee down. And gently move back, half splits. Slightly straightening out through your right leg. It doesn't have to go fully straight unless that feels good to you. Take one more breath. And gently come back into your lunge. Tent your fingers and start to walk your right foot over to the left side of your mat. Then let your right knee come down. Hips are level. You're in a half pigeon. Now let's stay upright. Do your best to not just sink and fall onto one side, but keep your hips at the same level. Try to open through your chest. Deep breath in. Exhale, slowly start to lengthen your spine down. We'll just be here for about 5 breaths. So use each one to try and release tension in your hips. And remember, if this shape causes you pain, especially in your front right knee, try something else. Any shape is fine, as long as you're with your breath. Relax your jaw as we take 2 more full rounds of breath. Good. From here, slowly start to lift up. You can come out right away into any shape really that feels good if you'd like. If you want to add on, start to lift your left foot up, reach back, see if you can catch your foot. Then gently pull, just getting into the left quad and left hip flexor a bit deeper here. One more breath in, and gently release. Remember, if you've already come out of this shape, no problem at all. The rest of us will eventually meet you. Just take a little time to move through the right leg, following your intuition. Your body knows what it needs. All right, let's all meet back in a down dog. Hips are high. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee towards your nose. Step your foot to the front, pull it forward until your knee is stacked over your ankle. And then from here, start to drop your back heel down, rising up. Front knee over ankle. Knee and toes are facing forward. Back foot pressing firmly down. Now, feel free to take a shorter stance if you need. Finding challenge that works for you. So can you breathe where you're at? If not, switch up your shape. From here, flip your front palm. Inhale, reach up, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Gently drop your back knee, untuck your back toes, and move back into half splits. Gentle hamstring stretch. Let your left knee bend, at least a micro bend, so you aren't locking the knee. Left toes lifting up. One more breath. And gently come back into your lunge. Now you could stay right here. If half pigeon didn't work for you, you just stay right here. If it does, start to walk your left foot over towards the right side. Gently let your knee come down. Back leg is straight. Now, once again, just like child's pose, if your hips aren't quite as low as mine, or if you're practicing with someone else and both of you look quite different in the shape, there's no problem there. No way that you have to look besides trying to keep your hips level and making sure that even though you may be experiencing some discomfort, there isn't any pain that you're feeling here. Now staying upright for one more breath. And lengthen your spine as you walk your hands forward. You've got about 5 breaths. Let your eyes close. Notice how you're feeling in this moment. Without intention to run from those emotions or those feelings, but just to be here. To let them be here with you. Accepting this practice as a whole. How your body shows up and how your mind shows up. Relax your jaw. Two more deep breaths. And slowly start to lift your upper body and either coming out any transition that you'd like to do or possibly reaching back. See if you catch your foot. Very gently pull closer. If you experience any cramping when you try to reach back and grab your foot, then just take that as a sign that your body would rather skip that part today. One more breath if you're holding your foot. And gently release. Everyone's starting to come out. If you haven't yet, take some time to move your left leg. Let some blood rush back into the hip. All right. From here, swing your legs out in front of you. Just out long. Setting up for a forward fold. Move the flesh away from the sit bones. It really will make it easier to be in this shape, and you'll feel already hopefully more rooted into the mat. No problem with propping yourself up. If your hamstrings are tight and sitting up tall feels hard right now, grab a textbook or a block if you have one and put that under your seat. Then from here, sit up tall, gently engage your low belly, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, start to lean your whole spine forward. So lengthening as you go. There's no place that you must arrive at. So listen to your body, even if that means your fold is hardly a fold, there's no problem. Let your body progress in the amount of time that it needs. No forcing. We'll be here a few more breaths. You could be holding onto your legs or onto your feet, or just let your hands rest on the sides. Just one more inhale. And exhale, gently start to lift all the way back up. And from here, come to lying down on your mat. You may pull your knees in towards your chest, give yourself a squeeze, and a little rock from side to side on your low back. Mini massage. Really beautiful job today. I hope you feel proud of yourself for moving and being on your mat and listening to your body. From here, start to wrap your arms a little bit further around your legs. Squeeze tighter, lift, your shoulders and your head up off of the mat. Tight little ball. Deep breath in and hold. For 3, squeeze tighter, everything. For 2, and 1. Exhale. Release everything down to the mat. Limbs long, body resting. At this point in the practice, you may pause your video and just allow yourself to stay for as long as feels right in your body. I'd encourage you to do that. So from here, I will sign off and say thank you so much for practicing with me. And until next time, namaste.